Hey, DOT community. This is Alon, coming at you with Frostbound Alliance War event. This is my late start. Welcome. There we go. Sorry about that. What's going on, Alex? This is going to be my Friday night stream and my event start all rolled into one. It did give an extra day for a lot of my viewers to be able to either rewatch or have an opportunity to watch the roundtable discussion for the 1.31 patch notes. Don't normally do a live stream that long on a random Wednesday night, but I felt it was necessary for that. But here we go with Frostbound. So of course, we do have the changes to Mataurus, and now we have the Titan defensive X skill and the changes to Tritos with the Titan offensive X skills. I'm glad to see that they're obviously modifying these Titans to fit the new meta. The only thing is, for me personally, I'm not super excited to go all the way to the end, because really I would prefer to, save tokens if possible. But we'll see exactly how I go about this event. We'll see, because I do have a 1.4 boost. And how, you may say? Well, I'll explain in just a second. But we got Spartan Helm, Banner of Frost, Orb of Justice, Snow Boots, Frost Shield, and more. How we doing, John McGinnis? Good to see you. King Joshua, Kool-Aid, what's going on? Dawn, how we doing? Good to see you. Still haven't gotten the update yet on my Android. Yeah, Alex, that's typically my situation. I was actually extremely pleased, because every time the developers will say that there's a rollout happening, I'm always checking pretty much every day to see if anything has changed. And typically I'm one of the last few people to get updates. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you might have heard me say that before. So I was very surprised that I got the 1.31 update so quickly on my main account. Alright, so here we go. We do have the Boost Titans. So, of course, 1.3 for Delphiria, 1.2 for all 4-star Ice Titans, and then 1.1 boost for 3-star Ice Titans. I do have a 1.4 right now, because I do have Aurea. I do have Nexus, too, as well. But I also have the Ice Maul, which does allow me to change other Infiltrator Titans, or any Titan, obviously. But using other Infiltrator Titans, you can change their elemental attack to Ice, and then equip Aurea's Bounty to give them the 1.4 boost. So I can do that to Loki if I wanted to, but there's no real reason to. My Aurea is a little bit higher level than my Loki anyway. So, and then of course we have our Frozen Food, which was in the most recent TOW. So the only event relics I would like to try to use is the 2 2-stars and a 1-star that I received. And I'm going to try to be able to grind. Well, I'm hoping to get to 11k on a straight grind with the gems that I have and the gems provided in the event. So we'll see what happens. But Aurea, Theros, Nexus, Krathos, and Edelus, which I have all of them. So I'm not super excited for any of them specifically. But Mataurus and Tritos I don't have, actually. Neither one of them. And they're both Pantheons, so we'll see. I was thinking about going to Tritos, just to at least get one of the two, to complete a bit more of the collections. Alright, let's just take a quick peek at the rewards. There is 6, if I can remember correctly, 6 tokens available in this event. You know what, I did not add everything up like I normally do, so I do apologize. But yes, you can get to the 4th token by 2,000, which is very nice. I'm sorry, it's only 3rd token, maybe. Yeah, sorry. third token by 2,000. My fault. Fourth by 4,500. And I have watched Game Rescue and JJ's XSum. So... Was everything okay? Did something happen in my live stream? A little weird. This is just my device. Why did it just boot everybody out? What's going on, Dominic? Alright. But there he is, Tritos at the 11K mark. I don't know, we'll see. I already have a bunch of Spartan Helms. I already have a bunch of Banners of Frost. I already have a bunch of Orb of Justices, and I already have a bunch of Snow Boots. Frost Shield. Slow Grind, huh, Dominic? Imperials resist against physical. Yeah, I got that already too, I think. So yeah, I might just try to get as far as I possibly can. Try to grab Tritos on the slow grind. But I am, like I said, going to use those relics that I got in the TOW. If you were watching that last round table, I snatched them all up on my second run through. Yes, have Mataurus after Tritos for collection. Very nice, Dominic. Yeah, I'm definitely missing them as well. How do I feel about Mataurus? Mataurus has really... He isn't really easy to get good rolls. So, when I first came out, I was instantly turned off by him because I was like, alright, another Paladin, I don't need one of them. And I think Delphiria came out before Mataurus. If I am wrong, go ahead and correct me. But, blah, blah, blah. Dougie Fresh. Good to see you. But yeah, so I wasn't super excited. It was one of the, should say, small handful of events that I skipped out on in last year, 2018. Alright, so let's get to the grind. Who I have set up with the relics, I'm not doing Aria because Aria's Bounty, the 1.4 boost, is only beneficial if you're just grinding for with Portal Stones, because of that 1.4 is, you know, but otherwise when you use Aria with event relics, it just adds 2 souls. It doesn't really it isn't a multiplying effect, unfortunately to say. So, in this case, we're just going to play with Almiranda for a little while with the event relics that I have. And, oh, and I did get that free gift, which gave me another token, which is nice. So if on Sunday, if I need to, I guess I could if I wanted to. Use that token. And who's crashing the party? Oh! Sleeper, how we doing? Good to see you. Alright, so... I'm going to jump on the grind. Like I said, I have Almirand. And you don't have to actually have him go in with anybody. Can hear your breathing, Sleeper. How we doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So how far do you think you might go in this event? Just grabbing tokens, or are you doing anything cool or special? Same question.
I'm just gonna go to 2K.
You're gonna go to 2K?
Yeah.
That's not a bad goal whatsoever. Did you get any event relics in TOW?
What's a TOW?
Theaters of War, which would have been the 2-day event that we had where you were able to attack.
Oh, yeah, I got like 7.
You got 7 relics. That might get you...
Yeah, 1 3-star, 4 2-stars, and 2 1-star.
Wow, that might get you well past 2,000.
But I'm gonna save them.
You're gonna save event relic. I mean, because it's not the same as like saving event tokens, because event tokens obviously can be used in any event. But you're gonna save these until the fish come back around again.
No, like maybe like when the event comes over, you can use like any type of relic.
I guess we could. Yeah, you could go that route. The game like straight up crashed on me, so we're gonna do that again. At least I got through the battle though. There we go. Yep, I have Delphira, and I was disappointed when I looked at my Nexus with Bounty and Boost Relic versus Delphira with Boost Relic. Yeah, right, Dougie? My Matoris had X damage, double lightning, poison, physical, and health, so don't really see the reworked one being worth it. Hey, when it comes down to... when I first saw the Korthan, I mean, obviously I knew that a little bit of the base health the boost that he got because of his main skill was a big deal, but I already had the, I already had the X health and X armor already, or whatever the last 4th and 5th skill. I already had that armor and health, so I don't know. I wasn't all super impressed with the new Korthan, and that happens too sometimes. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. Just a quick question for everybody that's watching the stream, not in Discord. It's not a. Are you having issues being able to watch the stream, or no? Or is everything super smooth? Just curious, because I'm watching my own stream here, and I'm just wondering if it's my device that I'm watching it on, or if everyone else is having problems too. Because that's a little annoying.
That's working.
Okay, oh, smooth so far. Okay. It's probably just my device here, so it's all right. That's not a problem. Let's just make sure when I... Yeah, okay, good. Still got credit for my 66. But the Alliance rank, let's take a quick peek at that. So, wow, Beta Soul is really that crazy about this event, huh? They just want to put it out there that they really want these Divine Gems. Because they're almost at 1 million. It's pretty neat. Stream looks good and sounds good so far. Alright, thank you, Jamie. I got 4 1-star and 4 2-star from TOW. Easy 4K souls. Hit the Momo minute on day 1. Not sure how much past 7K will be worth it. Yeah, Kool-Aid. Most definitely. You know, that's the nice thing about TOW before the an event like, well, pretty much any event. It gives you that little bit of an edge, especially if you didn't spend any gems in TOW and you got like a handful of event relics. You know, it's just not bad. It gives you that. It does give you a bit of a advantage in the event, which is nice. Anyone buy the $100 Delphira for Choker? Yeah, you know what? It didn't show up for me. I'm wondering if it's because I didn't log in at all yesterday after the event started. Today was the first time I logged in for the event, because I was just really not that interested, but at the same time didn't have a lot of energy last night. Pretty much had to go to bed as soon as I got home. Alright, cool. So, but it seems my Alliance isn't super excited, but let's just check, see where everybody else is at. Wow, if I'm in 25th position and I only have 66, that, Wow, yeah. There's Bo, the big fat old zero. Hey, there's Kool-Aid. Wait a second, Kool-Aid. Is that your mini? Is that your mini Kool-Aid? That's Green Arrow, though. Green Arrow still got zero. He's a weekend player. We can't rip on him too bad. Oh, there's you, Sleeper. Ninth position. You got 1140.
Yep.
Nice. There's Tario and Seth Roth.
Do you like not have time during the week, or do you like not even like to play this game?
Wait, what's up?
'Cause like you rarely have like any VP. Like, do you not like have time or something?
I can't play while I'm at work, so pretty much I did a 12-hour day yesterday, and probably like a 10-hour day the day before, 10 and a half, something like that. Yeah, so for the most part, I don't play while I'm at work, just due to my phone situation, and that'll be fixed soon enough. So I'll get maybe some opportunities to maybe play on lunch or check into the game and actually be able to do some things here and there, maybe a few battles here and there. But because there is a substantial amount of drive time with my work periodically, sometimes I'm like in a vehicle for like 40 minutes, where if I had a device that I know wouldn't die within the first 15 minutes I jumped on it, and actually was trying to play on Wi-Fi, then yeah, things would be a bit different, I would say. Besides from that, though, but when I get home from work for the most part during the week, if it's too late, I'm not even really going to be on for very long, if not at all. But that's only currently and during the work week. I mean, this weekend I'm going to be off tomorrow and Sunday, so I'm going to actually have a lot of time. I'll hit the VP min here, no problem. What is it, 400K? Yeah, I'll hit 400K, no problem this weekend. If not,
I play way too much.
What's up?
I play way too much.
Oh well, trust me. If I had more days off during the week, or I wasn't working or working less, I would be able to play quite a bit more. Let's just put it that way. So, but my current situation does limit me recently. So, if you are watching every day to see exactly how much I'm playing, that is the current case. And it's funny because there are some people that are outside of our alliance that actually check up sometimes on how much I'm playing. So
I just look down to see like if people are still like zero. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, trust me, it's very obvious especially during an alliance event when you're seeing that people are showing barely anything, or or a VP if you're paying attention to the VP board. But yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, that's why I'm typically in NTG Legends on a regular basis. I haven't been in a War Alliance since I left the main NTG War, which was initially NTG, well, we were 3, and then Champions. Picked a bunch of different names throughout the time, but after I left leadership role there, I haven't been in a War Alliance since. But I mean, for events, yes, but it was only strictly because I just got sick and tired of the rewards. It just wasn't worth it for me on a week-to-week basis. But we'll see. Things might change soon enough, and maybe there'll be some shifts in gameplay again, because they do say that there is going to be hopefully better rewards for higher leagues, making it so that players will actually want to compete in higher leagues again. So, that Kool-Aid is a poser. Oh, I see Kool-Aid. You're going to grind to 11.5? I was thinking about 11.5 too, to grab that another token. So, because, I don't know, just me, with this being kind of like a repeat weekend, and the following weekend being like, I don't want to sound too much like Dylan, so I'm sorry everybody, I'm saying like too much. With the following weekend being Easter, I would believe that if there's a chance of them dropping the developers dropping a new Titan and maybe some new relics and everything else, I believe, of course, we're going to get some sort of Easter holiday event. So, yes, greetings and salutations, one and all. What's going on, BMT? Nice, grandiose entrance. Sleeper, do your best. I'm just going to be real honest. Somebody made a comment on one of my last videos about background noise for people on Discord. Your mic is, believe it or not, extremely sensitive. A lot of people don't believe that, actually, when they do get on Discord, and don't realize that pretty much anything and everything that you do a lot of times is actually picked up by it. And so just to be careful, if you're not talking for periods of time, and if you're using like a phone and your fingers are very close to where the microphones are, it's going to be very obvious. So if you can mute, that would also work as well. But you don't have to be muted all the time. Some people use the whole, push to talk or whatever option on Discord as well, because sometimes that works better for you. And this is just the general thing, because there's other people that join in Discord too and have the same issues sometimes. Yeah, some super crazy background noise. Yeah, see, Dougie Fresh? Now, I don't know if somebody was talking about, this was a couple streams ago, but if somebody was talking about my my vape or not, but somebody was asking if somebody was doing dishes the whole gosh darn time. That's not the words they used, but, you know, explicits. So, yeah. I think it was JJ, though. If I remember correctly, that live stream, it sounded like JJ was doing dishes in the background. 26 watching. Thank you for everybody joining in on this wonderful Friday night, my late event start. And yes, that's right. I'm grinding with Almorand. I'm going to throw on both the 2 stars and the 1 star, see how far I can get. And we'll see how long of a stream I'll have, obviously. Be dependent on exactly how I'm feeling, how tired I'm getting. What's going on, Chad? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Anyone that has joined, obviously, just recent, let us know how far you plan on going in the event. And if you plan on just grinding to 2K, very respectable. I know a lot of people are thinking about grinding to 7K. That's also very respectable. And then the 11.5s, I'm thinking about going 11.5, to be real honest, because I know I don't normally get 2 days off in a row. So with 2 days off in a row, tomorrow and Sunday, I'm thinking I might be able to pull it off with the 1.4 boost with Aurea and the bounty. Any bounty? That's from the Patriot, if you didn't know. But anyway, good movie. Michael Marlowe, what's going on? Good to see you. Busting out some souls with Almorand. Having a good old grand time. Salon, you sound overworked and underpaid. It's Friday night. Pop an Addy and get the stream popping. Oh, man. Yeah, I wish I can get the stream popping like that right now. I just want to drink tons of water right now. That's just the way it is. Although it wasn't, we got a little rained out at the end of work. Although when it's raining horrifically bad and it's a Friday and it was like little after 4:15, when it started really pouring rain. It took us like almost a full hour when it normally takes like 40 minutes to get back to the shop. So to unload some things, and so it took extra long because there was just so much extra wonderful 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock Friday traffic we got stuck in. It was nuts. It was nuts. And Papi Chulo, yeah, I was tired. I started nodding out a little bit. But it's alright. 57 hours in this week. And yeah, I can use a break for 2 days. And grind my 1-4 Aria with the bounty. I'm going to try not to pull any relics. If I do pull any, maybe the one freebie that we got. We'll see. And if I get to 11.5, be happy. Can't grind this one. Kicking butt for that third 2K for me. Oh, King Josh, I heard that, War's rocking third place over on second server, huh? Pretty awesome. JJ's over there making it happen. Word on the street. Oh no, the Imperials killed my Almirand. I'm here. The stream can officially start now. How you doing, Z? Good, Ed's channel. Good. And actually, no, I got a raise Dougie Fresh, just so you know. It wasn't much, but I got like a dollar raise since I started, which was only, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks ago. So don't worry. Doing good. Good evening, Mr. Z. Hello, chat. Oh, yes. Game Rescue's here as well. The more people that show up, the more excited I'll be. How about that? So get your friends here. I'll be as lively as the chat is. How about that? I will match the chat in liveliness and happiness and excitement. Nothing has to happen besides for your participation. Let's just put it that way. Because the more you talk, the more engaged I will be in the chat. More people to jump in on Discord also helps. Not going to say it's not appreciated as well. But like I said, I am going to grind out my two stars and my 1 star with Almirand, because we all like to, grind with Almirand. He's nice and easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then we got Ori's bounty for the 1-4. So I'm going to see if I can do it good old traditional style after my TOW relics are up. You're playing Heroes of the Storm, listening in? Oh, cool. Dollar raise is really good, man, especially in these days. Yeah, Ed's channel, it's not bad at all. So I'm just more than happy to just be getting regular weekly paychecks. Some people get every other week, which can be not as fun. So yeah, weekly paychecks, and there is no like. Here, I know a lot of people. This is one thing that a lot of people say, a lot. Okay, and that is my company or my boss frowns upon when we hit overtime, and it's not like that. We are encouraged to work as much as we want to, including tomorrow, even after 57 hours. They're like, you want to work tomorrow? I'm like, no. Pass. So, that is definitely neat. Do I get credit for being right on the 1.4 for Aria from your last live stream, or does the relics not stacking make me only half right? Kool-Aid, I would have to say half right. What's up? Oh, what's up, Snot Chunks? Good to see you. I'm surprised, Snot Chunks, that you haven't created a profile photo for your YouTube avatar yet. Would it be chunks of snot in your picture? You Google search that and just find an image really easily. I wonder. These are these Friday night thoughts that happen. There you go, Sleeper. Clear your nose. Let Snot Chunks know he's not the only one. A used tissue? There you go. You could use that too. It's not a bad idea. Nah, the only reason I say that, I've seen you pop up in, I heard, because like I said earlier, I did watch, on my ride home today, I did watch/listen, because there's of course wonderful traffic, JJ's XSum and Game Rescue's breakdown for this event. So, especially since I'm a day late and $1 short. Actually, a day late and $1 raise. Ha ha! Nah. The corniness continues. Alright. My castle level 20, and I have a Lubu with 3 armor buffs, food, or maybe some usage. Castle level 20, and I have a Lubu with 3 armor buffs. Just looking for some input. Do you have summoners, Malvis? I mean, if you have Greek gods and or like other troop buffing titans, I don't know. I would say maybe not so much usage, and you want to use some, yeah. Love Game Rescue and JJ's videos, right, Snot Chunks? I'm a big fan as well. I don't know. If you don't really have, yes, Armor and Zeus Poseidon, yeah, okay, Malvis. And more. Okay, so you're just, I like that. Yes, Armor and Zeus Poseidon and more. Well, Malvis, you sound just like the ad for the event when we're talking about what's available for the relics, or what's in the Titan altar, and more. So if that's the case, I don't know. If you're not a collector, because Lubu may be in a collection of, like, you know, other special legendary titans, or I guess you might even call them, like, because Wukong and Lubu, and they all came out during the Chinese New Year. And same thing with Pigsy. So I don't know. If you're not a collector, go ahead and you can probably get rid of them. But if you're a collector, I would still hold on to Lubu. So it just depends. That's what I would say. Because your Almaran, your Zeus, your Poseidon, they're all going to be better than Lubu. Especially since you're at castle level 20 and you're going to be thinking on transitioning into the higher level gameplay. So, oh gosh, Ed's channel's getting upset that you're not playing DOT Game Rescue. Be careful, Ed's channel will find you. What blasphemy is coming out of your mouth? Coming out of your mouth. Not playing DOT? How dare you? Malva says I'm setting the dinner table. I'm having Chinese food tonight. Is that in celebration of fusing Lubu away? I don't know. If you're not a collector, then not really any reason. But if you enjoy the aspect of collecting along with playing, and have a Wukong already, and have like a Pigsy as well, well then don't throw away your Lubu. That would be my opinion as a collector. But obviously, there are many different styles of play. Use him for easy lands and a land defender. Set and forget for undefended lands. There you go. There's another option from Rob Lincoln. The set it and forget it. Just do a little roll. Throw some Grens in there. And Chosette. Let's see. Yeah, whenever anybody asks about what they want to do with a certain Titan, I just always feel like you do have to ask about a little bit more clarification on the kind of either style of gameplay that you enjoy and or what you already have other than that Titan that you're talking about. Because I believe that should and will influence you in the right direction of exactly what you should do, you know, and I put that in air quotes, but what you should do, making those decisions. And that's why I enjoy watching other people's videos on opinions on... Sometimes I like to make my videos first, even if other people have made videos on similar topics, and try not to watch them before I make mine, just to make sure that I don't sound too much like someone else. You know, I don't want that to be the case. But in a case where I missed yesterday, you know, for the most part, I wanted to just see exactly what other people were thinking about and saying about this event, just so I'd have wouldn't sound like I was so lost, you know, when it came down to the stream tonight. Even though sometimes if you just spend an hour or two just reading the band chats or looking at some of the comments, you can figure out exactly what's going on anyway. So, Sleeper, are you grinding right now or what?
Not really.
Oh, no? Oh, I said no? Okay. Smash that like button, guys. BMT. Yo, BMT, you want to hop on Discord as well? Because we haven't heard you on Discord except for I think the very, very tail end of that last roundtable discussion. So, you owe us some time, BMT. Plus, we haven't had any Sucker Free Sunday recently. I don't know. We need to hear that trucker voice and its raspiness. Where's it at? Yeah, see? Ed's channel's concerned as well. And when Ed's channel is concerned, we should all be concerned. But yes. Because Ed follows everybody. He does. Definitely. Been super busy with work and haven't been able to stream. Work is crazy right now, sir, but I do appreciate kind words. Of course, BMT. Of course, of course, of course. Yeah, it is Dark Warrior. It is a bit of a snooze fest, right? Well, I'm just using up my TOW relics now. And then after that, it's just going to be an Arya's Bounty. Arya's Bounty Grand Fest. And a bounty? I'm going to have to see if I can find that scene. It's a scene in a bar during the movie The Patriot. Oh crap. Can't take a break here. Gotta summon things. But it's it's a bar scene in The Patriot when they're recruiting people for the Patriot Army. And there's this little redheaded kid in line. He comes up and he goes, "I'm gonna kill me some redcoats." Mel Gibson looks at him and says, "I believe you will." And if you haven't noticed yet, to anyone that's a bit newer to my channel, big fan of military history, and one of my favorite, if not, I would say, well versed in and studied a lot, just because I enjoy it so much. I'm a big fan of the American Revolution time period and the conflict. And it's not just because we beat the crap out of Britain. No, I'm just joking. All my wonderful British fans. But I don't know. I just like that colonial time period. Things were a bit simpler. They didn't have smartphones back then. They didn't have as many bills. I'll tell you that. Life was hard, though. Not gonna say it was easy. But there was no Dawn of Titans back in the colonial days. Here we go. I like the champ with spells already set up. Rob Lincoln, are you talking about Tritos? Truck on, brother, truck on. My Civil War. Oh, that's cool, Chad. I definitely have... See, the one thing with military history is when you consume it, as in, like, read about it, you know, watch movies, watch documentaries, pretty much go to actual physical locations where events have happened. And, you know, so I've been, you know, to a lot of different, you know, military sites, mostly in the northeastern half of the United States, but, you know, going to a lot of the military sites and seeing a lot of cool things. And some of them, of course, have been Civil War too, though. So, because, of course, like I said, there's only so much of military history, and then it's like, all right, well, you can't just make more things happen. It's like you can only study or read about certain things so many times. So, but yeah, World War II, and of course, Civil War. If I had to break them down, though, I'd probably go American Revolution, World War II, maybe Civil War after that. Then Vietnam War, or conflict, whatever you want to call it. Or is it Korean conflict, Vietnam War? But anyway. Definitely think that was an interesting time period as well. Another major transition to everything. During the Korea-Vietnam time period. Transitioning over to the future of warfare. Where people don't openly fight against each other. Lincoln was the man. What's up, Tagher? Good to see you. Just randomly talking random subjects right now. But that's because I did a bit of a breakdown in the beginning of this video, of course. Anybody who's rewatching this already knows. But for anybody that just joined the stream a little bit ago, of course, I did a breakdown in the event. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild, just my opinions on things. It's looking like an 11-5 for me. I'm going to try to set that goal and going to try to achieve it for the end of this weekend. I love studying the medieval wartime. There are a lot of ignorance of that history. Yeah, agreed, Joe. Agreed. I actually enjoyed a lot of the, most recently, watching Vikings from the History Channel. Obviously, you know it's dramatized, but there's still... I like the little bits and pieces of... Because there's always that, you know, more or less based on true events or historical events. And there's always bits and pieces of stuff that just comes through that isn't dramatized. It's just part of the way things were, the way life was, that some of these different shows and movies have, that makes it feel a lot more realistic when they add that kind of stuff. And they know people notice that stuff. They do. How we doing, Jim? You snuck on.
Is this DOT or their History Channel? What's up with that?
Oh, I can rattle History Channel stuff off all day, every day. But no, I'm just doing my thing. I'm glad you jumped on, though, Jim. Yeah. Good to hear from you. I'm sure everybody else is happy to hear from you as well. So
yeah, I'm still alive and kicking. Just really super busy. I had today off and had to pack up a bag again. I'll be headed out tomorrow for another 4 or 5 days on the road.
So what's your game plan with this event then?
Well, I've hit 8,000. That's all I'm going. I got 5 tokens.
Okay, so you got 5 tokens, but how many event relics did you get in TOW then?
I got 2 3-stars. I got 2 2-stars and a 1-star.
Wow. Now, did you refresh gold?
I refreshed gold once.
Really?
The only reason I did is because they gave me 2 3-star. The first gold I hit, they gave me 1 3-star. The second gold I hit, they gave me another 3-star.
Wow, you are lucky. My first 2 golds gave me 3 3-star relics, and I thought, wow, thank you.
Yeah, I was happy to get those event relics, and that's the only reason I even refreshed it. But the second time around, when I refreshed it, I think I got 2 stars or something. It just gave me garbage. So I refreshed them. I refreshed all of them once, and that was it.
Oh wow.
So I basically just ground out a little bit yesterday, and then today I did what I was going to do with these event relics and got to 8,000 because I knew I was going to be headed out on the road again tomorrow.
There you go. Well, the TOW relics really help. They do. They give you a nice base, and then you can kind of go from there, you know?
Yes, without question.
I do like that.
You got 5 relics, that's 10,000 gems that you normally would have spent.
Correct. Or that's 5 relics that you would have, or event tokens that you could have collected and used, and then you just don't have to, you know?
Yeah.
You know. Shadow Cheese, how we doing? Good to see you. That's right, Chad. History Channel's time. Ed's channel says, I love studying the DOT lore time, especially when Matt Devs reads the backstory of a Titan during the live streams. Yeah, right, Ed's channel? It is story time when they do so. They are trying.
Somebody different from Matt to read it.
I
Matt's
know.
voice just doesn't go with the lore.
Yeah, right. He's too happy about it, and it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's not Sesame Street. We need to have it. We need to have dark and gloomy, and you know, we need what? Do we need who is it? It's not the Cookie Monster. Who is it? The guy in the trash can. We need him to read it.
Oh, Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch. That's right. We need him to read it.
I was thinking more like Drum or myself or Game Rescue.
Oh yeah. Well,
it matters.
It matters. I would say, I mean, someone with a very dynamic voice with serious range. I know I can get a bit monotone. People say that Godan is real monotone. So I saw a comment one time. It's just like, monotone much? You know what I mean? I was just like, wow, Godan is getting straight slapped around. But anyway, you know, but that's the thing, though. Sometimes you just get those people that just can't stand it. But typically, I like when I find someone in the DOT community that I like to listen to, is because I can stand whether I can see the screen and I'm watching what they're doing, or I can just listen like I was doing for today with JJ's Exum and Vintage's breakdown of the event. If I can't watch, that's fine. I'll just listen, and it's, you know, It's not a problem.
Yeah, I miss JJ's, and I haven't seen Vintage's video either, the latest one.
Jesus. Well, yeah, I mean, JJ was put up a very compelling, you should grind a 7K argument, especially if you have the 1.4 boost. If you have the 1.4 boost and don't go to 7K, it's like he's basically saying it's free for you, and puts up some of the numbers to actually show that it is extremely easy to get to that 7K with the 1.4 boost, as long as you have the time to do so.
Yeah, if you got the time, you might as well grind it out. I mean, I pull relics for convenience and ease because I'm so busy with work. But when I do have the time, I'll grind the whole event out if I can. I mean, that's, I've done that 3 times, I think. But it's only 3 times that I've been able to do it because of work.
So does that mean there's not going to be any live stream tomorrow night then, Jim?
Probably not, because I'll be in another hotel. I'll probably be up in Danville, Illinois with that terrible Wi-Fi that's up there.
All right, so does that mean no Sucker Free Sunday either?
Sucker Free Sunday is probably still going to happen because I'll be in a different hotel. I'll probably be down in the one in Brewster Mills, so I'll be able to do Sucker Free Sunday.
Okay, because you realize what's up with Sucker Free Sunday. This Sunday,
I know.
This Sunday it's going to be Sucker Free Sunday, and then Game of Thrones, and then immediately following Game of Thrones, there will be a special Game of Thrones after show live stream, the Zalon edition, and it's going to be epic. So
I don't even watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but it's going to be epic. It's going to be so epic.
That's another thing with the Sucker Free Sunday. Even Truth has been so busy, with his job too. We both have just been. We was even thinking about changing instead of on Sunday to do another day,
but Sucker Free Sunday though. It could be Sucker Free Saturday. It could be Sucker Free Saturday.
We could change the day, but we just throw that around just because we're both so busy.
Joe says, Joe's in Dragons, and he says, I got 2 1-star event relics from Gold. I am using my Calvarax for the event. I'm so burned out after Zeus of Poseidon. Joe, it's totally fine. Just make sure you use your... unless you really want to wait for an event where you can use any event relic, which Sleeper brought that up earlier on the live stream. That is a good point. If you do want to do that, you can. There's no guarantee that those Titans, though, will be one that you want, so it is a bit of a gamble. If you would rather invest your event relics that you got in TOW towards some event tokens, that is another decision that you can make, but I would just say, no matter what, minimum, do 2K, alright? Just do it. Oh, do I keep on saying your name wrong? Sleeper. Slipger. Sorry, Slipger.
Slipger?
Yeah, I must be. I was reading it wrong just because it's one of those names that you use numbers to represent letters. It's a fancy thing that it's certain way of typing things out. Godan's here. I hear you, bud. I'm taking a break. Bust at work as well. And next month, busier than ever for the first 2 weeks. Really, Godan? There's that much of a pickup in the mail system on the West Coast? Huh. It blows me away.
Hey, Delon.
Is that who I think it is? It's Prometheo! See, the more people that join, the more excited Zalon gets.
Tell you what to do. Here, listen.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Okay, Jim, what are you watching in the background?
I muted it.
Okay. I got quiet real quick because I honestly thought somebody was trying to talk.
AJ was in the next room.
Yeah. It's like, who is that?
Hey, Edge Tanner, you want a good show to binge on? Watch Shameless on Showtime.
True, Shameless is good. Shameless is definitely good.
I just binged the last season for like the last couple hours.
Well, when you say last season, are you referring to what season number?
Season 9, I believe it was, the one where Fiona leaves.
Oh well, no spoilers. No spoilers, Jim. Yeah, see?
Oh, Jim's in trouble now.
Yeah, you're spoiling it now. Woo! Boy, if you were on the Game of Thrones, if you were during the first half hour of the Game of Thrones, show, you'd be booted. You'd be done, Jim. There's no Sunday. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, whatever the current season is, I think it's 9. I just did all 13 episodes today, watched them.
Oh, Edge Channel, you need to binge Game of Thrones ASAP. I'm going to show the trailer for the... we'll do it. We'll do it here in a second when I need to take a break from the game. I'm going to run my stones down just a little bit here. We're going to show the 2-minute trailer for the new Season 8. I have to.
Yeah.
It's just so good. It's a 2-minute trailer. It's going to run really quick and really fast, but it's so good. And I've already thought about slowing it down a little bit and actually telling everybody who the actual DOT YouTubers are. You know, because I've already picked them all out. Especially... especially the different characters. I'm the Onion Knight. I've already decided that. If I got to be a character on Game of Thrones, I would be the Onion Knight.
You can't pick your own character. You gotta let somebody else pick it.
No. I picked him because he's not... Okay, the reason why I pick my own characters a lot of times is because... And I pick them wisely. I don't choose the main character because that's what everyone does. Because when you watch a show, you are supposed to want, in your mind, to automatically put yourself in the position of those characters to understand what they're thinking, feel what they're feeling, and kind of, more or less live vicariously through them through the show. Well, I pick characters that I actually think would be me, not, I want to be the main character, of course, that lives through everything and kills everyone. You know what I mean? So, if anything ever happened to the Onion Knight, I would just be like, well, I guess that's my time. I'm going to die on the show. So,
you know what? I'll ratify your being the Onion Knight, but I have to put out there that Mr. Jim, the Bad Mother Trucker, is Sir Bronn of the Blackwater.
Ooh, good choice. Good choice. He would be Sir Bronn of the Blackwater. I agree. I agree thoroughly. Because he is...
I'm a little lost, though, because I don't know who it is.
Yeah, but he's super cool, though. He is super cool. He is actually... He's always got this knife right behind, right above the waistline, but at the very, the lower end of his back. But it's this sweet curved knife that whenever somebody gets in his way and tries to come up real close to him, he'll just whip it out and just right in the throat. It's really sweet. So I'm just saying.
I like it.
I'm just going to tell you right now that Game of Thrones is incredibly violent. Okay? Incredibly violent. Has some of the most violent things I've ever seen on TV before. That's why the show is so popular. There is a lot of mature stuff as well, which means, of course it's HBO, they can do whatever they want. So, there's that as well, which is extreme. And of course there's a lot of very good-looking people, pretty much all the main characters that are women, they're all gorgeous. The men, of course, unrealistically look good, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, Bronn is the character who, above all others, says it like it is, and is always doing things basically because that's the way he wants it, and he's not going to let anyone tell him to do it just for honor or whatever. It should just be the way that it should be.
Oh, Snot Chunks made it. Yeah, Shameless is also on Netflix. I agree, but I don't know if the most recent season 9 that Jim is referring to is on Netflix yet, because it does seem that the most recent seasons of some things are kept off until they get a little bit more playtime on the actual original network that they come from. But let me see here. Tariel Hazelon, and how's it going? It's your boy. Just want to say hi. Thank you, Tariel. Always appreciate it when you stop by. It's good to see you. I see that you're enjoying your time here in Legends as well. Hey, everybody, what's up, Frantic? Gone at Game of Thrones talk, I see? Yes, of course, of course. Oh, route inspections go, Dan. Well, you know what? You got to make sure you're doing everything right so that you don't get in any trouble, because then you won't have that time to sneak off and make your videos during the day. They're gonna be watching you, you know. Joe says I'm pushing for 2 to 3K. I'm at 1K and just remembered I had those relics. Oh, there you go. Just because you can use them, or you know, we already discussed it. You know, either way. Those darn young kids using the numbers in the name. Yeah, right. Yeah, Shameless. Yes, definitely take a stab at it. That's also a really good. What's his main character? William H. Macy. He's an incredibly good actor, and he plays a worthless, down on his luck, drunk who takes advantage of everyone. I don't
know about down on his luck. I think he's there because he wants to be there.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's true. It's true. But there later on in the show, you start to see aspects that you don't think actually exist, whereas in the beginning seasons, it just seems like he's a complete loser. So, what's going on, Nate? Good to see you. Everyone hates Onion. You gonna die? No, I don't know about that, Shadow Cheese. I don't know about that. And the thing is, my older brother, he sent me his work. It normally does all sorts of different sports betting when it comes down to major sporting events like March Madness and like the Super Bowl and all sorts of different round the year sporting different opportunities to bet on things. Well, they're actually having a live or die Game of Thrones pool. Which is, I was just like, what? He's like, yeah, it's a fully organized, you get the full roster of all the people that are, in Game of Thrones currently for the season, and you get to choose a list of, ones that are going to live and ones that are going to die, and if you get them all right by the end of the season, you win some substantial amount of money. So, yeah, so people are
I filled out one of those in the office.
Oh, see? Oh, so Prometheo, it's not even just that. That's how popular it is, that there's offices all around the world that are probably doing this. It's odd. Yeah. It's odd that when I explain about Game of Thrones to people and I tell them there's only maybe 1, maybe 2 countries in the world that don't even have the ability to watch it. And when you say that, it's like, wait, like my YouTube channel, which I always is surprising that there are people from all sorts of countries that are watching, because, well, I'm not as surprised, I should say, since the game is international, but just the simple fact that they're willing to watch my content, I'm like, wow, quite flattered and surprised to see that.
You're like Austin Powers, you're an international man of mystery.
Mm-hmm. I guess so. Oh, no, it's alright, Nate, you cannot like Game of Thrones. He's like, wait for it. It's all right. I don't mind them. People don't like something that I enjoy. You're just missing out. That's all. Glad I'm on. Thank you, Lawrence Wicks. I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm on as well. What's good in the hood? Crazy Joker, what's going on? We're about to watch We're about to watch here in a second here. Actually, I'll put it on now because I think I'm done with that relic. Hold on. Let me see what's up. I'm going to switch over to Aurea here in a second, but here, real quick.
What, are you going to play the preview clip?
I'm going to play the Season 8 trailer, yeah. It doesn't have any music. We'll be back. It doesn't have any copyrighted music, that's the only thing. Because that I know of. I've watched it enough times as it is. Oh, that's my stream.
Yeah, they put it out there. I'm sure that they're okay with being shown.
Yeah.
So while you're queuing that up, did you see the rumored Omega Spearman numbers that went around this week?
Oh, those look good. I saw the leaks.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a deep dive on that today.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Which one was it? Oh, it's the 208. Here we go.
So what,
all right, everybody be quiet. All right, everybody quiet.
Okay,
We'll be back. We'll be back to that in just a second here. We're going to mute everybody out. Gotta turn this up.
I know death. He's got many faces. I look forward to seeing this one.
Everything you did brought you where you are now. Where you belong. Home.
They're coming. Our enemy doesn't tire. Doesn't stop. Doesn't feel. I promise to fight for the living. I intend to keep that promise.
Super awesome. So yeah, when it comes down to you're all unmuted again. But when it comes down to what's it called? All the different characters that I referred to from the DOT community. The Onion Knight, myself, he's only pictured right here in the very beginning. Here, she's breathing really fast. She's running, blah, blah, blah. There's me. This is the Onion Knight. He's got gray hair on the top, big gray beard around the... Yeah, it's Sir Davos. He's super awesome. He's only known as the Onion Knight because he, like, you know, a background story that they never obviously showed any of it. He just saved a embargoed castle and stuff like that, and all they had on board was a bunch of onions. But, yeah, he's awesome. Big fan, and that would be me. And he's not dying, okay? Besides from that, then you have... Here we go. Then you got the bald guy, Varys. I don't know. He's sneaky and has is very behind the scenes all over the place in the show and everything else. I kind of feel like maybe Godan, but I don't know. I'm uncertain if that's Godan. He leaks things. He leaks things from one family to another, so he's like a leaker. At the same time, I don't know, and he kind of manipulates things in certain ways. I don't know. I get a little bit of a Godan feel here, but at the same time too, I also get a feeling of I feel like Godan could also be the guy with his hand that's cut off. What's it called? Cersei's the Queen's
Jamie Lannister.
Jamie Lannister. Thank you. Yeah, there we go, Frantic. Thank you for joining.
Frantic sneaks up into the house also.
Of course.
I reinstalled Discord. Just for Game of Thrones chat.
Did you? You did? Just for Game of Thrones chat? Oh, King's Landing, listen. So, it turns out that I am going to be able to go here, physically, in person, when I go on this cruise, the Norwegian cruise that I'm going to be going on. It's like a $70-some excursion that I have to pay for, but I will be able to go to the place where they film King's Landing. It's going to be pretty neat. I'm going to go on a tour there. I'll have to make sure...
Where is that?
It's somewhere like Croatia, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And it's a crazy opportunity.
Is that where they filmed that?
No. There are 3 different filming locations, if my understanding is correct. Maybe 4 for the show, and they actually, Game of Thrones, from my understanding, was also one of the first shows ever to simultaneously film episodes in multiple locations at the same time. That's how many, they have multiple filming staffs, like multiple producers, multiple, like, it's absolutely insane the kind of stuff that they do on the levels that they did for this show over the years. So there was a lot of money involved, way more than what we've seen, and production value is through the roof, again. So... But, here, this is another one. If I wasn't the Onion Knight, I'd be this guy on the right with the flaming sword and with his one eye poked out. I would definitely, I wouldn't mind being him either, because that's super cool. But also, notice the what's it called, Northman? Well, he was actually from north of the wall. But the guy with the big beard, that would be Gaiman Yeager. Because, of course, the beard fits. And
Tormund Giantsbane, yes.
You know, but then at the same time, and then at the same time too, since I'm not the guy with the flaming sword and the one eye, that's Bo. You know, we'll just throw that out there. He could be Bo. And then continuing on.
Are you sure that Bo's not Sam Tarly? Because,
and then we have a female in Dawn of Titans that people are like, Now, I don't know if a lot of people know who this is, but to the people that do know, I thought that Queen Cersei would be Scotty. Skadi. For reasons unknown. That I won't.
That's good.
For reasons unknown.
Scotty.
So, for reasons unknown that we won't discuss here. But.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that would be pretty funny. And let's continue. Here you have
a very strong-willed mother.
Yes, here you have. Now, I don't know. I think we'll take away the fact that they're aunt and, like, I guess it's aunt and what's it, nephew. But I was just like, yeah, we could just make this D and drum right here. That's fine. We'll accept it. That could be because I don't know. They got a thing going on right now. And then that could be Suzanne. That would work. Two dragons, of course. Like I said, D and drum. And then, then you got, hold on. See, there's so many characters that flash by so quickly. You got this guy. The bastard son. And we're not referring to the bad word, but we have the bastard son here. Who did I say that was? Gosh, I had a bunch of different people all lined up for a bunch of different spots, but when I was going through this trailer, I was just trying to rattle them off as quickly as I could. But I forget. But he's also pretty awesome too. He's got a crazy mace. Oh, and then there's Zayd Gamer. He shows up, of course. He is the guy. What is it? The main guy for the Unsullied.
So would D be one of the dragons?
No, not the dragons. No, I didn't say that. I said that would be what's it called? Queen of the. Gosh, it's been a while since I got to really rewatch my Game of Thrones this weekend before the season comes on. But and there's a lot of characters though too. Grey Worm. There you go. Thank you, Don Powers. I'm sorry. I should be checking. And then this is the guy I was saying that Godan is. You know what I mean? I thought maybe he could be Jaime Lannister as well. But besides from that, Scotty again, and then. Well, see, the queen that controls the dragons, that's why I said that was D. Oh, there's Zayd Gamer again, putting his helmet on. Ooh, wait, we forgot. Actually, we could go with, I could go with Bo could be, what's it called? The, who is it? The, not the wolf. He wasn't called the wolf, he was called, he had a wolf's head, though. The Hound.
The Hound?
Yes, the Hound. That could be Bo, though, because he has a brother, and that would be that'd be Anthrax.
The Mountain.
The Mountain could be, yes. And I don't know anybody physically who is super short except for D. So I don't know who would be Tyrion Lannister. So that's a big question.
I kind of feel like Drum is a little bit more like the Hound, but
You think so?
I get your whole
Yeah.
Drum thing.
I still like Samuel Talley for Bo.
You like Samwell for Bo?
Jovial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I could see that. All right, let's go back to the game.
Bo's a little bookish, you know.
He is a bit bookish. Okay.
It's the jovial as well.
Mm-hmm. Need dragons and DOT. Let's see whatever.
Sam always shows really good judgment. I'd say Bo has good judgment too.
Okay. Oh, Zalana's 2 maxed out Titan. No, I have more than 2. I think I have 3 now. Almost 4, Nate. Since we're not streaming in the day of the time, really miss your streams, but job is more important. Yes, of course, Lawrence. As much as I can.
So Zalan, I've got a big prediction for Game of Thrones.
Mm.
First episode, Night King nukes King's Landing with that ice dragon.
Wait, repeat that?
My big prediction is that the first episode of the season, the Night King hits King's Landing with that dragon.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Decent prediction. Although, then again, if you're basing off the books that I did not read, and I'm actually going into this kind of blind, you know.
That book isn't out yet.
Oh, that's true. That's true, isn't it? Godan is Littlefinger, but see, Godan's dead already. That's why I said Godan would be a good Varys, Don Powers, because he's still around. He's still leaking things to multiple sides. You know, doing his clickbait. You know, that's how it works. Why are there still hackers in the leaderboards? Because it's an ongoing battle on a regular basis, Alex. Yeah, Ice came on. What up, Zalan? Any thoughts on Ori's bounty multiplier not working? It's not working when you use it with a event relic, but I think that was always something that wasn't told to the community, but it was always the case. I do know that Ori's bounty is working with Aurea as a 1.4 modifier, and it is working with Nexus, and it also works with other infiltrators that you have the Ice Maul attached to. So let us continue. D is not Khaleesi. She is the redheaded Stark girl, the Lady of Winterfell. Okay, Don Powers. Okay. You want her to be the redheaded Stark girl. Okay. I could see that too. She's dealt with some real stuff when it comes down to it. Anthrax is the mountain. I don't know. I try to piece it together as best I can. All right.
Sounds like a pull. Plus the names and band, and who are these people?
I'm a fan.
Some weird answers.
Some weird answers, huh? Feranic? All right. I'm a fan of Peter Dinklage now that I've seen he's in Game of Thrones. I'm definitely watching it now. Oh, yeah. Ed's channel. Yeah, Peter Dinklage. That's where, I don't want to say, well, I mean, from my understanding of Peter Dinklage, that's where I got to know him from Game of Thrones, whereas other people may have been introduced to him at an earlier time or later time, because it's been 8 years, so I know he's definitely done a bit more work since his Game of Thrones debut, and he is quite popular on the show. Rob Lincoln says, no way the path is through Winterfell. Rob Lincoln. Wait, who is Brienne of Tarth? People are bringing up some pretty good... Well, Brienne of Tarth... Let's see. She's a mountain of a woman herself, isn't she? Let's see. We don't have a huge pool of female DOT players, but maybe Black Gold? But Brienne of Tarth is a bit louder. Black Gold is always... quite low on the she speak up as much as possible on the live streams, although FL Rebel
How about
tag maybe tag. Do you take on such people as the Hound and live to tell the tale? Where does one watch Game of Thrones? You watch it on HBO. If you have the HBO Go app, if you have the ability to download HBO Go, HBO on HBO Go, you can. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, do I pay for HBO? The answer to that is no. Do I download an application where I can just register someone else's cable account? Yes. And it's kind of like having multiple accounts for Netflix and people sharing their Netflix accounts. It's very much on the same level.
If you're in the States.
If you're in the States. If you're in the States. You can do this. Thank you for that clarification. I don't know.
We've got it on Sky.
Okay, yes.
As part of Soho. So.
And that is in New Zealand.
Rent it out just for a couple of months for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, there you go. And I think a lot of people do the same thing with HBO as well, where they only get the subscription for because it's going to be 6 episodes or 7 episodes. I forget how many episodes it's going to be. It's semi-short, but I think it's because they put a lot of money in certain episodes just because they want to make sure that they're grandiose enough for everyone. You know. When I mean grandiose, I mean they didn't just use a bunch of digital extras. I mean, digital, CGI stuff. They tried to use as many real people as possible in some of these massive battles, so. The Drummer, the Two Dragons. Okay, Crazy Joker, I get that. I get that. I want to see Undead Hodor. Ooh, Undead Hodor. I like it. I'm really glad I brought this up tonight in the Friday night stream because I get the minds working, Maybe you need to rewatch a little Game of Thrones tomorrow. Get yourself ready for Sunday, Thing is, I did mention this before to one of my buddies who, of course, has never watched any Game of Thrones before or anything else. But I made this comment, which I believe to be true, and it is crazy that this is the case, but I believe that Game of Thrones is one of the last few shows that is watched by many people, specifically when the show airs, and why they watch it when the show airs is because you don't want to be that person that comes in to work on Monday who doesn't know what's going on. Wow. I don't know too many things out there that control people to actually watch it when it airs, or even remotely close to after it airs. Like, they have to see it that night before they go to work on Monday, because you will be that person that's completely out of the loop, and you're going to want to walk around with your hands over your ears because everybody's going to be talking about it. Who died, what happened, all that kind of stuff. And it's not because I'm such a huge fan of the show, it's the fact that I see it everywhere. I hear it on the radio. It's been like that for the past few years on Mondays that people on the radio are talking about it. And it's like, it's coming out of New York, it's coming out of Philadelphia. Big stations, not just, hey, this is NPR and we need to tell you this. I like that Crazy Joker. No polls. If I got picked for anything, I'd be Tyrion. I'd pick Robb Stark because he had a good taste in women. Never watched it. It's okay, Alex. Spoiler, they all die. Show finally ends. Hey, it's possible. But I'll tell you what. It is so awesome. I mean, during the first few seasons of the show, I mean, I've never seen two horses, get killed on a show. 2. Typically, you don't see animals killed on shows. They don't like to show it. The animal rights people go crazy. But yeah, they show, heads lopped off. Very graphic. I mean, again, I could say this stuff, but you won't believe it until you see it, kind of thing. To watch a man take another man's head with his hands and shove both of his thumbs into the eyes, and the head just explodes because of the pressure. I mean, just doesn't happen everywhere. So, I don't know. You know, if you enjoy such on the edge and crazy shows, give it a shot. Get pumped. Get excited. Because they took the time to make this last season, I think, extremely good for the fans. Because if it's not, well, let's just say this. Anything that comes after this will pretty much be dead on arrival. You know, there is already in the works offshoots of this, of Game of Thrones into other shows that will come after this, but, you know, like I said, they will not be popular if this does not have a good ending, because the community of Game of Thrones will be very upset. The series premiered on HBO in the United States on April 17, 2011, and will conclude, which will premiere on April 14th, Canceled Vikings, big disappointment. Yeah, they did. I watched a few things about that, too, at the same time, because it did seem like the show was, of course, going downhill, unfortunately, after the 4th season, after, you know, certain events happened. I'm not going to spoil things. I enjoy Vikings, though. Really like that show. Yeah, 8 years for a TV show. That's crazy. 8 years for a drama TV show. Okay? 8 years for a comedy TV show that runs for, 22 minutes? If it's no commercials, maybe 30. Comedies and stuff like that. There's all sorts of being in different categories for shows. Can definitely have a lot longer of a runtime and or have many more episodes. But when it comes down to drama series where they're with massive casts, it's a bit harder to run a show. I mean, Walking Dead, they have a constant rotating cast and they've been out there for a long time, but I know plenty of people that started watching Walking Dead and people that watch Game of Thrones. Which show do you still think they're watching? Majority of them are still watching Game of Thrones and not watching Walking Dead. To stay relevant for that long, that's impressive. Exactly. And that's because the reason why people like Game of Thrones so much and across the entire world is because of one major point. It's fantasy. So guess what? And there's so many different stories and groups and everything else that everyone around the world finds someone, a character that they enjoy, a story that they enjoy, because there's so many different stories that are working together. And you ask any one person, they'll all say the same thing. They'll say that one story is their favorite over this story and this story and this story and this story. You ask someone else and they'll give you a whole new perspective. I think I just talked everybody off of Discord. Oh well. Time to switch over to Arya. I got on a big Game of Thrones rant. It's my kind of show, but no HBO. Oh, sorry, Alex. Well, see if you can download the show. I mean, the app. If you live in the United States, maybe. Yeah, Grishaw George. That's what happened in season 4. If you are still a youngster, it's best if you wait, especially season 1. It's close to, right? That's right. Too bad it's not on Netflix. Yeah, Crazy Joker. Game of Thrones is on Amazon Prime though. Pretty certain on that. But I have to check. I don't have HBO either. The Blu-rays only cost as much as 1 month of HBO, so that's how I watch it. Yeah, there you go. Had to drop from chat for dinner. That's okay. I do have popcorn time. That's cool. 33 watching. I'm going to keep rolling for a while longer. Let me just see what I got here. Alright, so I got 1440. Not bad. I used my... What was it? Yeah, I definitely got pretty far. I used both 2s, and I think I used the 1, but let me just check. I think I did. Just make sure that I'm out on all the relics. Yeah, it's both 2s and a 1. Cool. Well then, yeah, like I said, it's time to switch over to Arya. Cool. Making dinner yourself. I'd like to go to 11.5k Crazy Joker and just save and bank all the tokens if I can, because I was just going to use those 3 event relics that I got from TOW. And then I was just going to use Arya and her bounty and get that 1.4 boost just for fun and grind it out as much as I can. You're headed in the right path, Zalon. It's popular because women love soap operas, and it's basically a soap opera with swords and dragons. That's true. It does allow for women to enjoy the show too as well. It also, yeah, because there's swords and dragons in it, and plenty of good-looking women. It's a show for men as well. Yeah. Let's see here on the troops. Let's see. Who do I want to bring in? There's no real. We'll just do this. Just do a layer of Panthers and a layer of Maidens. Now we got to choose one or the other. Let's do Panthers for right now, just for fun. Just because I have a crap ton of them and they haven't done much for a while. Hey Slipgurk, if you just so you know, if you're not going to be, it's not a problem at all if you'd like to listen in on Discord. But if you're not going to be talking, just throw yourself on mute. I would appreciate it. I agree with a lot of the roundtable chat, but I do feel you need to allow Castle Level 25 and Masters, so Legend is the fighting league and Masters the more relaxed league for them. Interesting. Yeah, I know when we were talking about exactly where people were, because we were talking about moving people up the chain and then not allowing you to, go lower than a certain point. I don't see why Castle 25s would have to be totally locked to Legend League. I don't see why that would be a huge issue to allow 25s in Masters and Legends. But it was more of like a 25s can't go below, like, what was it? Like Elite, I think it might have been, or Champion, something like that. Yeah, this is how you lose a lot of troops. I just had too many Panthers anyway, so might as well. Current the suspense is the White Walker and Lannister Golden. Yeah, we'll see. I'm very interested to see exactly how everything goes, because they did leave us on quite a cliffhanger, Grishaw George. FYI, if you lock them in, they will leave, but you 2 leagues for each castle bracket. I see what you're saying. New Lion King movie coming. There you go. Yeah, Foranica is a bit more relaxed, laid-back stream tonight, of course. I know the Roundtable 1.31 discussion, of course, got a lot of people's opinions flowing. Even that stream, though, even after like about the 2-hour mark, it did kind of start losing its steam, where people were not as long-winded in their discussion and rebuttals. But I'll tell you what, one way or the other, we do try to give as much time as possible for people to get their opinions out and ideas. One that, of course, that I liked a lot, and of course, I'm not going to say that there wasn't other opinions that I enjoyed and thought were really good as well. But I did personally myself, when I came up with something along the lines of when they were talking about the XP banks, and then I said something about the fact that I was like, well, are they going to spawn XP relics? It's like, how, as much as everybody focused so much on the doing, like, banking the XP and everything else, and my mind was in the same thing too. Like, yeah, bank the XP, bank it. Then but then after you actually have it, like, how do you get that XP back? You know what I mean? And I just kind of blurted it out on the stream. It's like, is it gonna spawn XP relics? So I think that's an interesting idea, and that could be something that may happen. That would be able to make the whole banking your XP and then being able to use it on your Titans. Not making it into tokens, which is a random chance. I don't think that's a good idea. So we'll see. Our Titans, a face summoner, they have like 3 X skills at least. Titans are to face summoner, they have to have 3 X skills at least. Oh, you're talking about what, infiltrators? Titans, if that's what you're referring to. XP Easter eggs confirmed. Interesting. Shadow cheese. What is that, something that's going to be coming out in the new event that you're referring to? I purposely avoided the meta. I did it with Panthers, and I'm not using Maidens, really. Oh, really, Feranic? Not a big Maidens fan. Iron Maiden? Oh, I mean Champions and Paladins. Okay. We're going to use a couple blockers. Cheap troops. And we'll use Maidens. Everyone ran from Discord. Game of Thrones talk scared them. Yeah, no, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. It happens. I had a lot to say anyway. It's alright. I wasn't trying to make this stream into some 5-hour stream with a bunch of people on Discord that I'm pretty much like sorry, everybody. I know everybody's having a great time, but I have to be that bartender it's 2 a.m. You got to go home. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to have to be like that. So, I'm kind of glad that there's not a crap ton of people on Discord that I have to tell them, sorry, got to go. You know. The meta is just too popular, so it gets mentioned all the time. I just play to level up different Titans. I also rarely battle for speed. I don't find that fun, personally. Ah. I see, Frantic. I do a little booth. I mean, yeah, I do. You know, if I'm playing off stream, I do actually enjoy... if I'm not just like, you know, trying to get just event souls in when I get a chance, but if it's like a off-stream situation where I'm like, I want to try something different, you know, I want to try a Titan, see how they do at this level, see if I can take down something like this, and try something out. That's fun. I do appreciate everybody joining the stream tonight, whether it was in Discord or in the chat. And everybody that's rewatching the stream after the fact, thank you for watching, because of course, I always like to see that people are having a good time, even if they're watching after the fact. But this is my late event start. Probably won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll be on other people's streams if they decide to stream. And we'll see what I can do for Sunday. Maybe a wrap-up video or maybe a live stream. Pending on how things go. 32 watching, 18 likes. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you, Crazy Joker. Definitely appreciate that. Shoutouts like that always help me out. Let's see how long this stream has been rolling. I'm at 2955 subscribers. I do want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel, of course, over these past few years. Almost getting to the point now where I'm going to hit 3,000, which is awesome. I'm very flattered that everyone enjoys my either live streams or videos enough that they would like to be subscribed so they know when they can join. And that's awesome. So let's see how long this stream's been going for. Oh, okay. We're not at the 2 hour mark yet, but we will be soon. We won't be stretching it too long. Not too long. $20 likes so we get a 200 DG pool. Well, 200 DG pools don't exist, at least not yet. So let's just chill here. We don't want him to jump over top of the Imperials. I should start a mini account, says Frantic. Well, I do have my test account. There's that I do get to play on every once in a while, but aside from that, I don't know. I don't know if a mini is going to be something that's going to solve my my need to play DOT even more than I currently am right now. I mean, maybe if they sweeten some of the rewards, maybe I'll be playing a little bit more. Skip the Zeus event and do not regret it, Shadow Cheese says. Hey, if that's what you chose and you don't regret it, then good. That means you made the right choice, Shadow Cheese. For you. Many players do an event or don't do an event, and then after the fact, they regret it. So that's better that you do feel that way. And let's see where we're at when it comes down to souls. 1524. Not bad. We were able to crank out the first. I guess I can pull these tokens because I already have some. Oh, sweet. I think that's my 60th relic token. I think it is. Yeah, it is. I have 60 relic tokens. It's nuts. Crazy video. Could be coming soon. Mini gameplay is very different and good fun. Oh. Well, we'll see, Feranic. We'll see. Maybe I'll take up your advice soon enough. I'm going to do one more round. One more round of Portal Stones. Just adding 10, though. Bone Wobble, why everyone asked for a Titan like Zeus, then complained when he came out. Now they are complaining about defense is not OP to par. Then when it happens, they will complain about that. Bone Wobble. Interesting. I like how you have come to the crux of, do you play Dawn of Titans? If you play Dawn of Titans, that means there's a good chance that you will complain about something at some point. Because of Dawn of Titans. Because you play this game. There's going to be complainers for all aspects of this game. Don't wish too hard, it might come true. That's right. It would also make you more relatable to newer players. Of course, Feranic, that is also very true when it comes down to how everything plays out for the newer players. Let's do that for this case. Still drop Fireball. It would also make you more, yeah, I already read it. Well, they came up with the skills fault ain't yours. Yeah, well, you know. Since beta, level 47, you still have shards saved? Yeah, I do. What's going on, Brian McAndrew? I do sound tired. That is true. I normally would be in bed as of at least an hour ago on a normal weeknight. But because I'm not going to work tomorrow, I'm up with all of you. Bringing the savings to you. It sounds like Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man from Family Guy. Due to a shipping error. Oh, the brain. Now we're going to have the brain show up as well? Man, I was just about to wrap up here in the next few minutes, too. We're at the 2-hour mark and fading fast. Big Game of Thrones talk earlier. Big Game of Thrones live stream, Zalon style, on Sunday after Game of Thrones airs. It will be a half-hour buffer in the beginning. And then we will get directly into the chit-chat of Game of Thrones. And it's going to be super sick about what happened in the most recent episode. So, if a whole bunch of people drop after the first half hour, I totally get it. If you don't want spoilers. But if you watched... That's right. I'm Brian McAndrew with the $5 donation. Thank you, Brian. Oh, man. Big ballin'. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Brian. Really appreciate that. He wants to see me stream longer. That's right. Definitely catch the GOT stream on Sunday. Ah, you're excited, Brain. Yeah. Well, okay, listen. The Brain... Actually, maybe we'll make you Varys. We were going through earlier. If you rewind this stream, I went through the most recent, well, not the most recent, but the 2-minute long Game of Thrones trailer, and was picking out a bunch of different people from the DOT community. We didn't pick you out, the brain, but maybe you're Varys, the bald one. Why wrap up with no work tomorrow, says Frantic? Because I'm 2 hours in already, and everyone bailed on Discord. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, it's an easy out for me at this point. Whereas if I pile a whole bunch of people in Discord right now, and then if I would like to end in like a half hour, I'll feel more obligated to run for like another 2 hours. You know, it's stuff like that, you know. There's give and take. 24-hour stream, bruh. Thank you, Brian. Anything good on that update? Are you talking about the 1.31? The maidens are a little bit changed, but it's more about the... hold on. Let me get my self set real quick. But when it comes down to the 1.31 update... we did a roundtable discussion, and we ran through all the update notes and everything else. To get it off the top of my head right now, what's it called? Melee resist is capped at 80%. Range resist is capped at 95%. Shadow Dancer is now going to be brought back into the game. Shadow Weaver, people that have Shadow Weaver, it gets replaced with Shadow Dancer, and everything is fine. It's something that they probably could have done a while ago, but it's happening now, so just get over it. I don't know. Besides from that, there's other small fixes and other things they talked about on the blog. If you'd like to know more information, please watch my 1.31 update roundtable stream. It's really, really good. A lot of people were able to join me. It was a lot of fun, actually. A lot of opinions, as everyone likes. So, there's that. What was the big changes that I've been talking about? Because it seems quite underwhelming. I just rattled some of them off. So... if you, Omega Spearman, oh yeah, thank you, Grisha George. Omega Spearman is also coming. Yeah, they did mention about things that are coming up. Again, I think that has to do with the fact that the community is getting a little tired of just hearing about things that are out now. They need to know about more things in the future so that they know that their investment and their time and what they care about in this game is still being, that there is a future, you know. So, 26 watching right now. See, that's the other thing too. I also watch the numbers of how many people are watching right now, and when they're slowly going down in numbers, that's another sign for, you know, it's time to get off. So, unless you can start putting the message out, and I see that number grow back up to like 30, high 30s into the 40s. It's another reason why I start to go, time to wrap up, you know. So, besides from having people on Discord, because when people are on Discord, it does make it a lot better. Right, we're gonna train some. Well, here, I'll run one more battle with Aria. It's like when Zalon claimed to have invented the doorknob and then demanded everyone pay him a nickel every time someone opens the door. Gotta call him on the BS. Oh man. And freeze. And fireball. And you're all dead. Nope, 28 people watching. All right. They must have heard me say something about low numbers. Or somebody just logged into 4 accounts. Whatever happened. Might have been Brian McAndrew because he threw that very kind, generous donation. Ooh, 4-star Vambrace. Good thing I won't need that. Good thing archers don't need defense. I mean, there may be some people out there that are just like, what, Jalon? You don't want to use it? Well, you want to use offensive relics on archers, really. Alright, let's see where we're at. 1580. Not bad. Still got a ways to go. Still got a bit of grinding.
That was a shocking British accent.
Was it frantic? A bit of grinding? Grinder!
Oh, Fury will be so embarrassed.
Oh, which reminds me. Which reminds me, to finish the stream, for all the fans, to finish the stream, not the Game of Thrones, but we're going to finish with a video that I found of, it's early, it sounds like Fury, okay, it truly does. No. Hold on. Let's just go to history. I should find it because it was here. It was recent. There he is.
You are absolutely. That's why you're on the naughty list.
I swear, trust me.
Well, that's why you're on the naughty list because you're being naughty right now. So you're gonna be on the naughty list if you keep talking like that.
No, because Father Christmas is not being very nice to me.
Because you're being naughty, so you're on the naughty list.
No, I'm not. I'm on the good list, actually.
You're not because you ain't being good.
I am on the good list. If you keep saying that word again and again and again, I'm not on naughty list.
Father Christmas rang me last night when I was at work and said, you better tell Jackson to start being a good boy or he's going to stay on the naughty list and he won't get no presents for Christmas. That's what he said to me. So you got to start being a good boy.
Then I'll do an uppercut to him.
No, you won't do it. No, what?
I'm going like this. Punch him. Punch his beard off.
You're just silly, man.
Hey, trust me, I'm not on bad list.
You're on the naughty list, mate.
No, I'm not.
Well, then be a good boy, then.
Oh, it gets me every time. The kid's like, I'm punching his beard off. And I constantly think that guy sounds like Fury. I really do. I'm like, oh my gosh, it sounds like Fury telling. I'm like, wow.
That's because it is Fury.
It is Fury, right?
Nah, it does sound like him, yeah.
Okay, and that's Ferranic with a New Zealand accent saying that Fury, it sounds like Fury. And see, that's the thing. I said something to Tox about it, and I was like, Tox, this video is really good. And he's like, you just think that every British person sounds the same. And I'm like, no, it really sounds like Fury.
It's from the same area, clearly.
Right? Okay, so what you're saying is, what do you have to be within, like, because, Great Britain, I mean, the islands aren't all that big, you know what I mean? So when it comes down to the area, like, the amount of, like, acreage or whatever you want to say, how many kilometers, remember, not miles, but, you have to be in to have different accent types. I mean, it must be in this, very close area, vicinity of where Fury is from.
100, maybe 50.
Yeah.
Got different twangs to it, anyway.
So. But anyway, all right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for joining, Ferranic. I do appreciate all of your enthusiasm, and also to anyone else that did join on Discord as well. And thank you, Brian McAndrew, for your kind and generous donation. I always appreciate that. And I will continue to grind this event as much as I possibly can with Aurea and her bounty. And we will see exactly... we'll definitely see you all on Sunday for the Game of Thrones stream. Like I said, after the show is over, I will be streaming. So, at least for a minimum of 1 hour. So, maybe hour and a half. But I'm not going to be going too late because I will have work on Monday. But, get excited. Game of Thrones, it's coming. I'll probably throw something up on the thumbnail for this one. Just as like a Game of Thrones pump-up video. So, pop-up video. No, for all those people from the 90s. Alright, DOT community. Shout out to GOT. And for those who haven't watched it, check it out. It's definitely a good time. And make the best out of this event. Get what you can. Don't. If you have a 1.4 boost and you're not getting 2,000, yeah, you're missing out. Just put the time in, do what you can, get what you can. Alright, DOC community. I will talk to you all again very soon. Ooh, right at 2 hours.